Good morning, world. Good morning to you all. Happy Saturday morning. Welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning. So we thank you all for chopping it up with us. We thank you in advance for a time that will be had. So yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place in the moment when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always the blast to have you all tune in to participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, as well as additionally on our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast discussion page. You can find us on Instagram at EMSTP underscore, again on IG at EMSTP underscore, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, Callie Watson, as well as our guests for that weekend. Today is February 7th, 2026. We have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world, where this week we will see the NBA trade deadline take place, a lot of different moves that would take place. Kristaps Porzingis to the Warriors. Finally, Jonathan Kuminga was moved to the Atlanta Hawks, etc. Trae Young, Anthony Davis. Washington, too bad that they were 13 and 36. 13 and 36, Jamar. But they improved, at least for the moment, but it might be a little too late for them to make any noise based off of their record. But they definitely improved as a team. You saw our Chicago Bulls. We made a lot of moves. We have about 100 guards on the team now, but we need a big man, like urgently. And so it was good to see Anthony Simon come in. He's a nice ball player. We let Kobe White go, so he's now shipped off to Charlotte. And so now the question becomes, are we in that rebuild that finally you have talked about, Jamar, for years? Because we have been in that middle of the pack play-in tournament, and that's exactly where we were headed again, bro. We were heading for the same place, same space. Play somebody in the first round of the play-in, lose to Miami in the second round. If you look at the standings based off of earlier this week, Jamar, it was exactly that. It was exactly that. Play in, play somebody in the first round, end up playing Miami in the second round. Miami go to the eighth seed, get whooped by the first seed. You know how to see it. And so NBA trade deadline took place. A lot of that. On the other hand, NFL Hall of Fame snubs. First, we had Bill Belichick, and then followed up by Robert Kraft. It's Tom Brady next. It'd be crazy to think about that. So we had a crazy week in the sports world, and here we are now looking forward to Super Bowl 60. And so with that being said, introducing our brother from another mother and my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Mr. Jamar Goodman, good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, Brandon, I'm good. Super Bowl weekend. And a lot of other things has happened in the last several days, so I'm excited, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As always, as always. And so we have to get into talking about just everything that's happening. And so Super Bowl 60, bro. Levi Stadium, New England Patriots versus Seattle Seahawks. Um, Based off of this game, bro, who do you think have the edge quarterback wise? We know this is a quarterback driven league, so we must break this game down. New England Patriots with Drake May, Seattle Seahawks with Sam Darnold. Uh, Based off of the eye test, based off of the season, which quarterback do you think will have the better day?
So I believe Drake May is the better quarterback. Now, if you ask me who have the better day, that one. That one's a little tough. Um,
Adelose Coupe.
that one's a little tough. Seattle's defense is really good. I mean, New England's defense is good. Seattle's defense, I feel like, is better overall. Um, Now Drake May was pretty much with one first place vote away from winning MVP, and I don't know why.
Close. It
Herbert.
was really close.
I don't know why Justin Herbert got a first place vote. That's wild to me. But,
Yeah, he was awful.
story for another day. But nevertheless, Drake May. I mean, both of these quarterbacks not perfect by any means. As good as Drake May has been this year, and he has passed the eye test for me early on. Um, he can still turn the ball over. He takes a lot of sacks, um, and he's still a second year player. So that's what makes this this one. I feel like this one is almost a push just because of the opposition that they have to go against. But I'm gonna give the slight edge to Drake May because as good as Sam Darnold has been this year, and he's actually shown up in the Super Bowl. We talked about it last week briefly. Him being the first person in his class, yada yada yada. There's still, I feel like in a lot of people's heads, there's still that is Sam Darnold going to revert back to the Sam Darnold that we know that he has been for several years? That still is in the back of the head, even though he's played well for the most part this year. And, 2 weeks ago against the Rams, doing his thing, but it still feels like in the back of our heads, is he going to revert back to the Sam Darnold that just wets the bed? So that's the part
right.
So I give the slightest of edges to Drake May on that one.
But it's interesting, bro, because it always seemed like the quarterbacks that are turnover prone, when it comes to the Super Bowl, this is the game where they generally get exposed. Like this is the one game you be like, oh man, they made it so far, and they make it to the Super Bowl and they get exposed. And this is a game now where Mr. Sam Darnold, he's, to our two viewers, if you watch NFL football, he's had games where he had 4 interceptions, just multiple bad interceptions, bad plays, but the defense has bailed them out so much. Running game has bailed them out. Great team has bailed them out. Great head coach has bailed them out. New England, however, they've been the hottest defense in the playoffs, Jamar. So this one makes things super interesting because this is the hottest defense in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, they've been giving up 6 points. Now, don't get me wrong. They've been playing some whack. I mean, I won't say whack, but they've just had some very good luck on their side. Okay. Justin Herbert. People say he was injured, but for me, it was just New England's defense mauling him. CJ Stroud, he didn't have his weapons, blah, blah, blah. I think that was just New England's defense rattling him, bro. And he's another turnover-prone guy that when the big moments come around, you can expose him. Remember Peyton Manning for a while, Jamar?
Absolutely.
He was great, but when the playoffs came around, you exposed him. New England will expose him, and it'd be pick six country. Brett Favre the same. Now we, AFC Championship, bad conditions. Jarrett Stidham, etc. So New England, people say, oh man, they haven't faced the best competition. They've, if I'm not mistaken, had the easiest schedule in the NFL this year, or one of the easiest schedules. And so it's been a lot that's been going New England's way. And now you got a quarterback who has been turnover prone, but Jamar, these playoffs, he's been lighting shit up.
Correct.
And so I disagree with you, bro, on this one. I think Dre May in his second year, his mobility will be a problem for Seattle. Kid can escape, and he's nice at that. But he misses oftentimes a lot of deep throws. He's good at those simple passes. He's good at not turning the ball over. He's a really good system quarterback at this point of his career. But, bro, based off of how Seattle's been playing this playoffs and how Sam Darnold has been playing, and just based off of Drake May being in his second year, Sam Darnold I don't think his 14-3 year, bro. I don't know what that man did during the offseason last season, but he been on a roll since then. He been one of the best quarterbacks. 14-3. You come back this year, lead your team to the Super Bowl. And so for me, bro, I'm looking at Sam Darnold, how hot he's been. I know he's been turnover prone, etc. But I give the edge to Sam Darnold. And I think just the weapons he has the best receiving football. And remember, we were just talking about this. We were saying, okay, last week, me and you, remember, Jamar, we put up stats. Everybody was going with Puka Nacua. He was the favorite. Now, we know it was close, but Jackson Njigba Smith edged him. As we pointed out last week, he got the best receiving football. And don't get me wrong, the hottest cornerback in football is Gonzalez. This brings up another point. How crucial is it in this pass-happy NFL, Jamar? And we know there's a great running back in the backfield for Seattle. But how important is that matchup between Gonzalez and Jackson Njigba Smith? I think it's a crucial matchup.
Oh, big time. That's gonna. I feel like that will set the tone for pretty much Seattle's offense or lack thereof. If JSN is compromised per se, or he's not himself, that will definitely set the tone for sure. That let me know this is either going to be a dogfight or maybe this game might get loose at some point in Seattle's favor.
Yeah. And so defensively, two great defenses this entire season. New England has been the hottest defense in the playoffs. Seattle has been a great defense. They've just been turnover prone. I mean, just turning people over. But the NFC Championship, they're playing a great high-powered offense, and the Rams, of course. New England has a fantastic defensive line. New England has a great secondary. It just seems like Seattle has an overall great defense. Do you think, bro, and based off of each other's defenses, who has the edge on defense? Because they're both great defenses.
I'm going to give the edge to Seattle. Just overall, from their line to their linebackers, the secondary, they tackle really well.
They tackle exceptional in Seattle. That's facts.
What's his name? Devin Witherspoon. Pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he went to U of I.
Yeah.
Julian Love, he's an excellent safety. What's his name? Ernest. Is it Ernest Smith? Okay, he was a Super Bowl champ with the Rams, and I think he came back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you talking about Ernest Jones? Ernest
Jones, yes, yeah. Leonard Williams.
Leonard Williams.
Like the defense been stout the whole year, and the fact that I know New England's defense is really good. It is
really good, man.
But I feel like Seattle's defense is better, and I think it's more so, and no fault of New England's, but I trust Seattle's defense because they're more so battle tested. They've went against more high power teams. I mean, heck, they played the Rams and the 49ers 3 times this year.
Come on now. Yeah.
And they dismantled the 49ers. Now the Rams is the team that gives them the most problems. And that's the number one team that has gave Seattle the most problems. And so, of course, the Rams put up points, but nevertheless, when it came down to it, they made plays when it counts.
Right.
And just overall collectively, I would say Seattle's defense. And I think they're
right.
I want to say they're number one against the run, or if not number one, they're top 3 for sure. I'm trying to pull up the stats, but nevertheless.
And they're fantastic against the pass too. A very opportunistic defense.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Yeah, they are. Okay, so yeah, pretty much. I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, really good defense, man. Guys like Ernest Jones, like you mentioned, Julian Love, Kobe Bryant. Um, Demarcus Lawrence is another guy that's slept on, but he been on that defense too, bro.
I forgot about
Um,
them. Yes.
yeah, quietly. Sometimes these guys that were superstars in other teams, they come to a great team and they just play a role. And sometimes this is how they get their chances at championships. He damn sure wasn't gonna get one in Dallas. We know that. But like coming to an organization like Seattle, here he is now with this opportunity. Byron Murphy has had a great year, Jamar. He's had a great year. Josh Joby has been solid this year quietly. Um, and Kobe Bryant, I mean, how many pick he got? Pat, 4 interceptions this season. And so it's super important for New England to protect the ball because this is an opportunistic defense. And on top of the opportunistic defense, Seattle has one of the hotter offenses um, this entire playoffs, bro. And when it seems like when the game gets big and the lights get big, it seems like for me, um, Sam Darnold comes to play. Now, let me ask you this, bro, because New England seems to have some weapons, but Seattle seems like they got some swords over there. Guys like Rashid Shaheed, he done came back. I mean, they made this acquisition during the season, bro. And it just seems like this playoffs, it unpaid dividends. Huge. These two playoffs, he's been scorching defenses. And if I'm New England, I know you need to worry about JSN. I know you need to worry about a solid ass Cooper Cup, but you need to worry about Shabit, bro. He can hit you deep. If he get a punt return or some on special teams, Seattle might fuck around and blow New England out. So, like, who's your X factor going into this Super Bowl? Somebody that can change this game.
I mean it. I mean Shaheed for Seattle by far. That's their X factor. But I definitely want to point out if New England gonna have a chance, it's gonna have to be Travion Henderson, who can
Mm-hmm.
blow a top off for defense too. I mean, we've seen him 60-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown, just out the backfield because he's a track star and nobody can catch him either. So both teams definitely have that X factor for sure. Um, so honestly, I would say both of them for each team. Like in all seriousness, like
Mm-hmm.
who's going to
Right.
have the opportunity to turn the game in their favor? Because I mean, it could happen in a blink of an eye for each team. It can.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, a punt
Mm-hmm.
return for Shaheed, or just a deep ball to him, or whatever the case may be, an end around.
Mm-hmm.
Henderson as well. I mean, he just get through the first gap, make a man miss. Look out! Like it can happen.
Right.
So yeah,
And
those.
and Booty has been very solid all year for New England. Trayvon Diggs, I mean, he's been solid the entire playoffs. Um, so it's some weapons over there. Great tight end in New England. um, it's just we haven't seen them put up a lot of points. And so now it comes down to, bro, your pick. In your opinion, who do you got for the Super Bowl between the New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl 60?
I got Seattle. I got Seattle. Just battle tested, overall better team in my opinion. That even without Zach Charbonnet, that was another weapon for him at the time until he tore his
Right.
ACL a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah.
without him, team is loaded and hungry. Like
Mhm.
that's a tough one for New England. They have a chance, but I I'm a betting man. I just can't put my money on New England. I can't. Not at the moment. I can't do it. Give me Seattle.
Right. Somebody had to persuade me. But I got Seattle as well. And here's why. Um, New England, they've been skating by, I think, in a lot of games, a lot of luck on their side. But now I think they playing a full, well-equipped machine now. If New England want to win this game, they will have to get a lot of pressure. Their defense, Jamar will have to play, has played the entire playoffs. But I don't know if they can do that with these weapons in Seattle. With Kenneth Walker, I mean, the way I saw this man score a touchdown, he was in purgatory on that first touchdown against the Rams. I don't know how he got out of that, but that shows you just how great of a running back. That was some Barry Sanders stuff, Jamar. That was some Barry Sanders stuff. Like, I don't know how he got out of that hellhole, but that right there shows you the explosion Seattle has. Should be, I mean, they're gonna have to literally make sure that they keep an eye on him, because if not, then you got to keep an eye on JSN. Then if not, you got to keep an eye on Cooper Kupp. It's a lot to deal with, in my opinion. And Drake May, he has a great defense that he's going to be going up against. I won't sit there and say that Seattle has been dominant. They've been giving up a lot of points lately. But if they get a turnover or something, Jamar, if they get 2 turnovers, it'll be very interesting if Seattle stays focused. I put it like this, Jamar. If Seattle don't play with their food and they stay focused, the Seattle Seahawks should win Super Bowl 60.
I can see that.
Yeah. And so let's get to NFL reactions and overreactions, bro. And so, is it an overreaction, Jamar, to think that half of America, or at least most of America, might be disturbed by the antics of Bad Bunny? Because there have been a lot of rumors that have been happening about this and saying, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Do you think, is it an overreaction to think that some people might not watch the halftime show? I know that might sound a little crazy, and we're always ahead of the curve here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, that there will be people that might not, just because it might be a disturbing halftime show, that they might not watch the halftime show.
Yeah, I don't think that's overreaction. I mean, look, I don't know much about Bad Bunny, Bugs Bunny. I don't know. But
you said Bugs Bunny.
But I just from things that I heard, I mean, it can get a little, rambunctious or whatever. I don't know, but I just know when the name was announced, there was some controversy along with it at the time, and here we are, the biggest stage. I mean, thing. I don't know. It could be wild. I don't know. I mean, so I'm so indifferent at this point, but I know there's people out there that is definitely gonna be upset and may not even watch. So it is what it is at this point. I mean, we've seen Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. I mean, whatever at this point.
Right. There's always some surprises, and so there will be some surprises. I will watch it, bro, just because it's the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's just that moment, that a lot of people always look forward to. And so if it's something that comes out that's crazy, it'll be disturbing, Jamar, but I'm going to just probably hold my head down, but I'm going to at least have the TV on, right there. And that'll just be that. Society evolves, as we always say, Jamar. In the process of evolution, everything evolves. And so, hey, now we at the days to where now in the masculine game in the Super Bowl, we could be seeing dresses and all type of stuff and kissing on stage. I don't know what we'll see, but this is the age we're in now. And so, additionally, is it important, Jamar, that the Seattle Seahawks actually get off to a fast start, as they've gotten off to most of the entire playoffs in this Super Bowl?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's actually important for both teams, because how I feel like this game is going to turn out is, I feel like the first half is going to be very slow because of the defenses. I mean, I don't expect a lot in the beginning. I feel like the first quarter may be one of those where each team fill each other out type deal. But if a team, I'll tell you this much: if a team jumps out, let's say 14-0 in the other one early, that's gonna make things
I
very
feel
tough
like
for the next one.
right, but I feel like if Seattle was down 14-0, I like them to at least have a chance to come back due to the explosion. If New England get down 14-0, I don't know if they can recover. I know that for a fact.
I don't. I can't definitively
Like
say that.
based off of how I've seen Seattle's offense this year and the capability and explosion from them. I trust for sure that Seattle, if they were down 14-0 in the first quarter, that they have a chance to come back compared to New England, who hasn't put up a lot of points this season, hasn't put up much of any points in the playoffs. They've been riding that defense, and they've been getting crucial plays at crucial moments, but it hasn't been all that impressive. So I definitely trust Seattle more.
I get it, but I mean, I have seen at times to where New England has put up points. They have maybe
against Buffalo.
Yeah, and I mean, and other teams too. But take into account, like the three defenses that New England has won against in the playoffs are no slouch. Like all three of those defenses are really good, and I understand Seattle's defense is good too. So it's like, and New England's defense is good too. So it's, I think it's more of a chess game than anything on this. So I don't know. Getting down early for any team, I feel like it's going to be, you're going to make it a little difficult. That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Is it an overreaction to think that the New England Patriots' future, regardless of the outcome of this Super Bowl, is super bright, being that you have a young quarterback? Pretty much at this point, nobody expected you to be here. You got a head coach in his first year. Is it an overreaction to think that this New England Patriots team, Jamar, could be on the road to something going forward, bro, regardless of how the Super Bowl comes out?
Oh, yeah, that's not an overreaction at all. I mean, so put it to you like this. They have the quarterback. You have a proven head coach. Like we talked about it. I mean, he put Ryan Tannehill in the AFC Championship game with the Tennessee Titans that had no business being there.
Mm-hmm.
They also have an owner who knows how to win, because I mean they won 6 times already, and they've been to the Super Bowl. I'll put it to you like this: if New England wins, they are the winningest franchise in the league. And New England loses, they have lost the most Super Bowls in NFL history. So that lets you know they have been to the game so many times.
Right.
So, needless to say, you got the owner.
And just really quickly, Jamar. Right. The future's bright for New England. 85, we blew their brakes off. But then they went in 96 and they lost to Brett Favre.
Yep.
The ones they lost to Philly. They lost to
the Giants twice.
The Giants twice. Thanks, bro. So that's 9 Super Bowls that they've been to with Tom Brady alone. And so that's 11 Super Bowls with 85. And this is the 12th Super Bowl for the Patriots.
Which is insane. That is insane.
That's
and this
a lot of Super Bowls.
And this is Super Bowl
We've been
60.
Once, so we go crazy in Chicago for one damn Super Bowl.
Yep. And that means
we've been there twice because we lost in 07, everybody, 06, 07 season. But that's all we got, bro. We go crazy over there.
And they've been to 20% of the Super Bowls. It's been 60 of them. They've been to 20%. So let that sink in.
12 divided by 60. That is true. 12 divided by 60 equals 1 divided by 5 equals 20% for all my mathematicians out there. Jamar's math is perfect. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. And if you win this Super Bowl, you be done won over 20% of the Super Bowls. Not bad.
Not at all.
Not at all. So yeah. Next, Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that the Seattle Seahawks, with their entire core, with their defense, with their team, that they also have a bright future ahead with a quarterback that's pretty young, a running back that's very young, a receiver that's very young, etc. That the future is bright for this team as well.
So it should be.
For me, it should be. I'm worried about that NFC West, dog.
I mean, of course, that's always a gauntlet, and I use the word should like on purpose. Between that and then also the fact that their OC Clint Kubiak, he's leaving for, was it the Raiders job, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, normally when coordinators change, you might have that dip. It may not be as smooth sailing as it should be. So you got to take that into account as well. Can they keep all these players on this team, when time is up? I mean, heck, Kenneth Walker, I think he was, before Zach Charbonnet's injury, I'm pretty sure Kenneth Walker probably wasn't even going to be on the team next year. And maybe they re-sign him now because of Zach. So it's a lot of different things that go into that. But they should be. I use the word should strongly.
Right. Yes. And it is an overreaction to think that based off of how every NFL game has pretty much went this entire playoffs, most of the season, quarterback-driven league, referees are all over stuff now, that this game will likely come down to the fourth quarter and likely the last drive. Will it be a thriller?
I believe so. I know we made the pick, but the line is 4.5. That 4.5. If I'm betting Seattle, if I was betting the line, I would be a little worried on that 4.5, just because New England is good enough. If they lose, I think it's going to be like within 3. If it really comes down to, it's either New England makes this a game, which I think they will, because their defense is good enough to give them opportunity here, and that line holds true, which I think it does. I think Seattle wins, but I don't think they cover, but I think they win. Or, some flips on his head and New England escapes by with the win. I feel like it does come down to that fourth quarter, just because I trust Drake May in those moments more than I do Sam Darnold. That's just me. So I think it is going to be a thriller.
Yes. And so with that being said, world, me and Jamar both have the Seattle Seahawks to win Super Bowl 60. But we'll see how this game turns out. Jamar feels that if this game comes down to the wire, which it likely will, based off of how a lot of the games have went this NFL playoffs, just how the NFL is positioned today, likely could come down to a final drive. And Jamar trusts Drake May, but I trust Sam Darnold, just based off of how hot this team has been. But we'll see how this turns out. And so with that being said, bro, let us now move on to the 2026 NBA All-Star snubs. But before we get to the snubs, let's talk about the trade deadline. And so our Bulls, bro, they've been kind of, letting go of some stuff. Kobe White is out the door now. Vucevic is out the door now. A lot of Bulls fans wish Patrick Williams was out the door now, but I don't know why he's still there. Anywho, do you like these moves, bro? Do you like the addition of what's the kid? Play for Portland, play for Boston.
Anthony Simons.
Yeah. Do you like the moves we've made? Or what do you think what's happening with the Bulls? Do you think they just trying to get some assets so that they try to make a big splash? Or do you think they just trying to let go and rebuild? What's happening with the Bulls, you think?
Nobody knows what the Bulls are doing.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I sat here all week.
We got Yabusele now, the kid from France. He's a Bull now. Really?
Bravo. I I'm so dumbfounded. I've been sitting here the whole week listening to the radio. All these Bulls fans, they pretty much the same consensus. They don't know what the bleep AK is doing at all. I mean, we have like 20,000 guards.
Mm-hmm. You know, Mac
like,
McClung's a Bull too now, bro.
Yeah, tying him to a two-way. Like, bravo. Like,
wow.
Dude, this is so frustrating. And on top of having all these guards, you acquired 9 second-round picks. Oh, I'm sorry, it actually got reverted to 8 because Kobe White, like, physical didn't come back all the way clean. So the Hornets rescinded one of the second-round picks. So now we have 8 plus the 5 we already had. So we have 13 second-round picks. 13. What are we doing with 13 second-round picks? What? You couldn't get a first-round pick for Kobe White. You couldn't get a first-round pick for Vooch. Like, right. You couldn't maybe someone get a first-round pick for Io. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is such blasphemy. And then if you listen to AK talk at the conference, the podium, like, dude, this dude is so senile. Like, get out of here. Like, I'd rather have GarPax, and I could not stand GarPax. Like, they don't give a I want to say it, but I'm not. But it's that bad. It's that bad. Like, in all seriousness, like, Anthony Simons, like, great individual talent. He's probably not coming back. He's an expiring contract. He's gonna get paid in the off season. Jaden Ivey, I don't mind that one. I actually boiler up. Boiler up. Dude, Rob Dillingham, like, I mean, I like him as a project, but I mean, I don't know where he fits in. Dude.
I mean, yeah, we still got Okoro, bro. We got Mac McClung. I mean,
what, Trey Jones? Like, where does he fit
Colin
in?
Sexton is not a bad player.
That's another one though. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Josh Giddey, a guard. Trey Jones is another good guard. Anthony Simons. I mean, damn, it's just guards everywhere.
Are we playing outside in the playground? Is this what's happening?
I assume that's what's happening.
Because we don't have a big, and then the fact that a lot of these players that just got traded, they're on expiring deals. Do you know that means, in my opinion, that means that each one of these new players that came in, they're gonna be about themselves and trying to make sure they get the bag at the end of the year by somebody. And so it's just gonna be a bunch of individuals playing together as a group as opposed to a team.
Right.
And then we have nothing but 13 second-round picks to show for it. And then the one player that we all want to move, they couldn't move him because nobody wants to trade for him. And Patrick Williams. This is a disaster. I can't. Like, I really can't. I mean, that's the reason why.
Yeah, it's bad. You know it's bad when you want to trade Patrick Williams, but you can't.
Because they sat there and gave that man a $90 million deal, like, for nothing.
Right.
For nothing.
Absolutely nothing. What a waste of money.
Dude.
So, yeah. Just crazy. Hella guards, hella second round picks. Giannis, he obviously didn't want to come. So, where do you go from here? I don't think they win many games. I tell you that. We won't win. We just won't win many games letting go of Kobe White in his heart. We won't win many games letting go of Vucevic. That was a lot of our offense. That was a lot of it. So I don't think we win many games. So the Bulls at this point, I think, in my opinion, they trying to tank, bro, and they trying to look forward to the future. And it's starting now, I believe. I think finally. I know, though, and that's crazy. With 30, you couldn't get no first-round picks. That's really sad. But, we'll see what the Bulls could do. Perhaps maybe they can trade some of those second-round picks and get a first. I don't know. We'll see.
What they gonna do? They gonna sell them for cash considerations. And just so you know, Like whenever you see that in the draft, when they trade a second round pick for cash consideration, that cash doesn't go towards like the salary cap. That cash goes directly to the owner's pocket. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna sell all those for cash consideration so the owner can get more money.
Wow. As if he don't have enough money already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the other hand, bro, Kristaps Porzingis to the Warriors. Do you like this move?
No. Like that's terrible too. They messed around. They messed up. So apparently they was initially in talks with Jaren Jackson Jr. and then they put him to the side. They could try to get out the Giannis. Then of course, Jaren Jackson Jr. gets traded to Utah. Giannis not going anywhere, so they settle with Kristaps Porzingis. Like I forgot he played. I forgot he played basketball. I'm not even joking. I didn't know he was on the Hawks. I forgot. So I mean, you had to trade Kuminga. I understood that one, but Kristaps Porzingis, like they would have got Jaren Jackson Jr., then yeah, I would definitely felt like, yeah, that was a good one. But Porzingis, I ain't seen him since the NBA Finals.
Right.
What was that, 2 years ago at this point?
Yeah. Yep. And even then he was hurt. Last year he was hurt. And so it's going to be interesting his health for me. I do think he helps the Warriors, being that they have a lot of, they just got explosion with Steph Curry. But Jimmy Butler's hurt, Jamar. And then Steph Curry, he's been kind of hurt a lot lately too. So Kristaps, if you step on his foot the wrong way, he can get injured.
Like what's the point?
So yeah, I don't know how much this helps the Warriors. We'll see. It can make things interesting. Perhaps they can be, a team that could do a little damage in the playoffs if Kristaps get a groove. But that would all depend. AD, I heard he's not happy to go to the Wizards, but he got shipped off. Dallas is clearly building around Cooper Flag. And the Washington Wizards, they improved as a team. They just beat Detroit. But at the same time, 14-36 now, 32 games left. I don't know what you really do in that situation. So they just may be trying to get some assets for the offseason as well.
I think so, because AD shut it down for the rest of the year. He's not coming. He's not playing this year for the Wizards. So there you
go. Okay. So AD's not even playing.
He's gonna have, I think, rehab and surgery and all this other stuff. He's done.
Yeah.
I read that this morning.
Okay. Poor AD's always hurt. Yeah. Kind of wonder if he's contemplating retirement. They made their moves, but with AD not there, no, they don't. No, it's nothing happening in Washington. So yeah, man, NBA trade deadline. Trae Young. It's nothing really out there that's just super.
Let me see the Cavs and Clippers with Harden and Garland.
Oh yeah, James Harden. Yeah. Do you think that brings Cleveland closer to at least being a serious contender for the East now?
I guess it all depends on what version of James Harden you're gonna get, but I think when it comes down to James Harden, he gotta avoid game sevens. He had the Cleveland Cavaliers find their way into game 7. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
He just been abysmal. So it's like they got their two best players are guys that have not really gotten over the hump in the playoffs. I know, Donovan Mitchell, I definitely trust him more in a game 7 than I do James Harden, but Donovan Mitchell's never been to a conference finals. James Harden in game 7s, I think he's been to of course he's been to a finals with the Thunder, but more so him being the guy, he's never been to the finals. He's been to the conference finals, been shut down by the Warriors when they went what was it, 4 of, I don't know, it felt like 4 of 40 from behind the arc, and he missed like 27 straight threes. So it's like, can he show up when it matters most? That's
Right.
that's all it is. Because I mean, his legacy is just all right. You're a great individual scoring talent. You'll be in the Hall of Fame, but that's about it. That's what it feels like.
Right.
James Harden.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. For me, Jamar. Oh, go ahead. Finish. You can finish, bro.
Oh, sorry. The last thing I'll say is, I mean, it does make, Evan Mobley and Jarrett. You definitely have to count for them because, as you know, James Harden likes to throw the lob to them. It gives them. You definitely gotta put a body on them now, like for sure. So
yeah, the pick and roll, man. And this is what I think will really help the Cavaliers now because James Harden is a master at the pick and roll. And for anybody, for a couple viewers, being a hooper, I'm not a super duper hooper, but I've watched it and I play. And I even sometimes when I play, I like to run a pick and roll. It makes the game easier. James Harden is a great pick and roll guy, but he can get his points offensively. My biggest concern, and I think now it'll allow guys like you mentioned, Mobley, Jared Allen, to eat more. They're going to eat better. But it also will probably allow Donovan Mitchell to eat better too now, bro, because it takes some offensive pressure off of him. You got a guy that can show up in the fourth quarter that now, Jamar. He's going to show up in the fourth quarter. I like this move by Cleveland. New York hasn't been all that damn persuasive for me. They just got their ass whooped by Detroit 118-80. Now, don't get me wrong. Might have been, I don't know if it was a back-to-back or what, but New York just hasn't. And so now it makes this mix between these three teams. No disrespect to Boston. I think Boston can be a thorn in one of these three teams, side. I think Miami could be a thorn, but I don't know if Miami has enough to get past. But Cleveland, bro, I really like seeing James Harden and Donovan Mitchell on the same basketball court. I like that a lot. I like Evan Mobley now having the opportunity to eat better. I think Cleveland's going to be tough, dog. I think they're going to be tough as hell. And this could possibly lead them to a crash course in the conference finals, in my opinion, putting it out there right now. Because I'm not super persuaded by New York. I'm just not. In a lot of big games, they have not shown up. They haven't been the same Knicks team. But then again, New York's very experienced, but they don't have Tibbs there anymore. So that defensive effort, I don't see it as I used to, Jamar. I don't see it no more.
I mean,
no disrespect to Mike Brown, but I don't see that effort anymore. I don't see that grit that I used to see from New York.
Well, I mean, that comes with the pros and cons of getting rid of Tibbs. I mean, Tibbs run these guys into the ground, but heck, they played they gave you 110% every time they on the court on both ends, especially on the defense end. So I don't know. We will see, because I tell you this much, they don't get to the conference finals or let alone the NBA finals, and it's like, why you make the move? That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. If you were to make it there, you gotta go deep. Like, you can't. Nope. So huge, big question mark, bro. Everybody named Mama knew that was a big question mark when they hired Mike Brown. Because for me, he never won anything, in my opinion. He only got to the NBA Finals because of LeBron, in my opinion. And so, he had a success in Golden State, but come on, he was with Steve Kerr and a great-ass Warriors team. They acting like he was an architect there. Stop it. No, he was not. Stop it. And so, we'll see. Lastly, bro, quickly, snubs. Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, should have got in.
He got added late.
Okay, good. I was looking at Kawhi. MPJ from Brooklyn. He been having a nice season. It sucked he didn't get in. You know, um, who else didn't get in that I thought should have got in? The kid from Portland. I can't pronounce his name. But
I
he
know
had a
one.
very nice year.
I know one of the Portland guys got in. I think
He
that
might have got in.
he starts with an A. The last name starts.
Okay, the international kid.
Yeah, he made it.
Okay, they got him in. Great. Okay, they got him in. Good, good, good. Because they needed their ass whooped. And so,
Was it Sagoon didn't get in? I don't think.
Segun, that's who I was heading to as well. And so Sengun didn't get in, likely because, and I know people, hate LeBron. I love LeBron, but this moment, I just, you couldn't. It's like a lifetime achievement nod to LeBron. You see, you could not have let him in based off of all he's done for the NBA. But for me, clearly, Sengun was an all-star.
Yeah.
And so, LeBron got in, but he likely got in just because his lifetime achievement. You can't. It would have been disrespectful, Jamar, to not let LeBron in. You see, so those are my biggest snubs, man. Sengun was a huge one, but Kawhi was an even huge one. I'm glad he got in because you're right. I did read that yesterday that Kawhi got in, but I was just sitting there like, you did not let Sengun in, really? And so, yeah, man. Anything you got to add about the NBA All-Star Game snubs?
I know Brandon Ingram was another one that was out there.
Yeah, he should have got in. He got Toronto doing really well this season, man.
He didn't, but at least they gave it to Scotty Barnes. But I mean, some of it sucks, but it's always like that every year. It is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, if you're on a winning team and you didn't get it, like fine, just at that point, that's even more motivation to go win it all. Now, if you're on a losing team and didn't get in, then it's like I don't know what to tell you. Like,
right now, people out here screaming Josh Giddey a snub. I'm like, go sit down.
No,
Josh Giddey ain't no damn All-Star Game snub.
But I was gonna say like, well, MPJ, like, his team sucked, but then I turned around and looked at Pascal Siakam made it, and they got the worst record in the East. So I don't even know what to tell Michael Porter Jr. So I don't know, man.
Right. But Pascal made it because now people still just living off that NBA Finals run last year, bro. That's what that is.
Yeah, but
people I think they still, I think they
business.
still looking off like, man, Pascal Siakam is a great player, etc. I think that's why he got in. But you're right, MPJ, yeah, you make a case for him. He's had some great numbers this year, some of his best numbers.
If they were winning, I guarantee he would have got in, and Siakam didn't. But even though Siakam had no business getting in either.
Right. Yeah. So, yep, NBA All-Star Game snubs. And so, looking forward to an All-Star Game, man. And finally, congrats to Jamal Murray. Man, that was long overdue, Jamar.
Man,
Need they ass for not voting that man in. He been one of the best players in the NBA.
Heck
in my
yeah,
opinion,
happy to see that.
Been one of the best players in it, one of the best guards in the NBA for years. I don't know what people been smoking on, what cocaine they've been. I don't know what they've been smoking. Like, seriously, dude is a killer. One of the best hoopers in the league. I take him any day in the fourth quarter. Any day. Any day. Money. And so, yes. With that being said, support this stream. EMSTD merchandise ready for purchasing. And so, guys are available. Support this stream. We appreciate it. And so, with that being said, final thoughts for this weekend. Keep God first. Enjoy the Super Bowl 60. Enjoy all the festivities that come with it. Should be a great game. Again, me and Jamar like Seattle, but it should be a great game. Based off of everything, it should come down to the fourth quarter as well. So we'll see what happens with that. And so with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us to support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are and would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love, support is truly appreciated. We hope you all have a blessed and safe weekend.